Boom! We are off with another episode
You can't do it.
of Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Alan Snyder.
You put the doctor back when I took mine away.
Here with my man, the frequently offensive, rarely apologetic, mean and green Zack Elias. What's going on, Zack?
I will apologize if I'm offensive. I don't think anything I say is offensive. Unless I'm told it's offensive, why it's offensive, and how I hurt the person, and then 50-50 I apologize. And 50-50 from the apology if I mean the apology. So it's like a 25% if I mean it.
Dude, like everything you say is offensive. You're the same as me. You're always like teetering on that level.
Oh yeah, it's a tightrope. You walk the razor's edge your whole life. And, sometimes it sounds real good in your head, and then you're pot committed to what you're saying, and you know it's not going to land. But you dive in anyway. You dive in and check to see if there's water in the pool. Yeah.
Don't think that I haven't noticed every time we've done one of these episodes and I do my boom, we are off, and you have your cute little hand signals. I picked up on it.
Cute. Today's was more of it was a
hey.
Anyone watching, this is not going to play well on podcast. And anyone watching, it was a ejaculatory boom.
What you did? Well, I just thought we would try something different. You didn't love the music?
I didn't love the music, but I missed the music now. It was sort of creepy and long, and it finally makes its point, but most of it is just like Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs. Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me. And then, booze your daddy. It's really a creepy song until it gets into the booze your daddy part. It's over the techno, and it's a lot of like creepy man voice and deep and. If you heard that out of context, you'd think you were about to get like raped or slaughtered or both.
Well, when I was originally looking to find some music for the show, I just went on and listened to a bunch of free type of things that they had. And
you face you free. Buy a song.
How much do you think those songs are? There's no way.
Those songs are to use for a podcast that 8 people are listening to, $8, $6.
You think that they charge based on the number of listeners?
I have no idea how
no
they
chance.
Charge. I have never argued with David Geffen over how to use a song for one of these.
I'm not even sure who David Geffen is, but
David
whatever.
Geffen's the music mogul. He's a nice Jewish boy. I think he might be a fagel with him. But
Zach, what are you doing?
I can't say that. I didn't
you
say
can't, you can't say fagula. You can say like the closest you could say is like fugazi because Italian's okay still.
Wait a minute, that means a fake. That's worse than what I said. You're calling them like a fake person then if you use fugazi. It's like, hey, that diamond's a fugazi.
All right, well, buddy, I am so happy to have you back. I have a slew of topics that I want to get into with you today. But before we can do that, you know the rules, right?
I do. I've got my 5 and 6 of the 6-pack. So next time, if I'm ever allowed back, I will have something new and hopefully not,
I should be so lucky that you get a new beer for the show, Zachy.
I will get a new beer for the show. But not Hebrew Brewing Company. It looks too much like us on the label.
We should make a beer with a label of us.
Yeah. Bruise Your Daddy.
Oh, it's done. Are you kidding me?
We're quitting our jobs tomorrow, people. We're opening a brewery.
All righty. That'll wrap up this episode.
Yeah.
Julia worked on Southern Charm, which is this terrible reality series, and one of the guys ended up making his own beer, and he's starting his own label, and the show is going on from there. Meanwhile, I couldn't help but Google, how much does it cost to make your own beer?
It is one bottle or to like open a brewery?
We're not opening a brewery. We'd most likely get one of those.
We're not.
We would get one of those big trash cans and just kind of, stir it around.
Yeah, like in Beer Fest. Okay, how much does it cost to make a beer?
Yeah.
Well, probably more than it costs to buy one, but I'm going to go with 80 cents a bottle.
Okay. Whatever, dude. The answer was it's like a couple $100 to make a keg, and then you can do with it.
Me I said my answer, and then you said whatever, dude.
I mean, I guess I didn't really be too specific, but you didn't give me what I was looking for. All I'm saying is, for one keg of Bruise Your Daddy for like $300, I would definitely do it.
Worth it, and everyone should buy it.
We're not selling it. We'd probably just have it for a party or something, man.
No. I'm selling it. $300 a keg, no negotiation.
All right, well, sir, do you want to elaborate on what you're drinking, or is it just the same Drek that you've had the last couple of weeks?
Drek I've had. It's beers 5 and 6 of the 6-pack that I got schnurred into by the remastered, brighter, easier drinking, same Sam Adams from 1700s, whatever that guy made this thing. It's
All
nothing
right, well,
special. What do you have? You've got some.
oh, there you go. I'm glad you decided to ask me. It's always, it's just like being on a bad date with you every week where it's like, hey,
Yeah, I'm a terrible date. I'm a total narcissist. I'm gonna have the lobster thermidor, and you don't get to have appies.
what is the lobster thermidor?
It's some fancy thing that people ate in the 80s. But it costs a lot when you see it on a menu. So if I'm going big, you don't get appies. And don't even think about dessert. One cake, 2 spoons. You're not getting your own. You're not going to finish it. No one does.
So
I'm a fantastic date.
you sound like a gem, my friend. I was in Hoboken earlier today for something that I'll get into, and I stopped at the local beer store, and I found something that was just incredible. It is called
Better than the Hadouken?
Indistinguishably Hazy India Pale Ale. Check out this label.
That looks very much like us. Dressed like us, smoke shows like us, very dapper like us.
That label is fan-freaking-tastic.
That looks like British Spy versus Spy.
Yes. I couldn't resist. It looked amazing. So that's what I got. It's a hazy IPA, which is right up my alley. 6.4% alcohol by Pizza Boy Brewing Company. Pizza, beer, happy. What about this is wrong?
Is it boy B-O-Y or B-O-I? I hate that crap.
No, it's not like Skate a Boy, like by your girl Avril Lavigne.
Is she a J?
I think she is.
Really?
Yeah.
Good for her.
All right, my friend. L'chaim, cheers to you. Yamas. Release the Kraken.
Ron Katz says Yas, like Broad City. Underrated show, Broad City. They're great, those two. Nice Jewish girls. You didn't like it?
It's good. It's just I thought the episodes weren't that memorable. Like I can't go back to other than the one where they take acid and it's a cartoon. I can't tell you about a specific episode. Like I guess I remember when they went to Abby's like home and stayed with her mom or something. But like
anything with Susie Essman is fantastic.
Right, but how many of those episodes can you be like, oh, the one where it all kind of blends together for me?
It was just one long, right?
I mean, for me,
one long show watching my sister.
I can definitely see that. Very much
anything with Susie Essman is great. I've seen her comedy live. She's fantastic. When she's done with her set, she just takes Q&A about anything. Just ask her what you want. You can ask her about Larry David. You can ask her about shows. You can ask her about life. Just, hey, Susie, I got this problem. What are your thoughts?
Oh, my God.
Fantastic. It's brilliant.
That actually does sound pretty good. So on my way to Hoboken today, I'm at the platform in Times Square, and now they have these big like TV screens where they show advertisements, that type of thing.
Oh,
I knew you were going to say that. Exactly. And I'm standing there not really paying attention, and I just look back, and it has
the schedule.
No, I mean maybe actually I don't even think they put that in there.
Okay,
but anyway, it's just a bunch of like ads and stuff kind of scrolling through, and only you can prevent COVID. Like they kind of use like a forest fires thing, and there is a picture of an old timey baseball player. No, we couldn't. So
you never had a chance.
This old timey baseball guy. It looked like Ty Cobb. I don't know. It could have been a Yankee for all I know. It wasn't Babe Ruth. I know it wasn't him.
Okay.
He's standing there and he's holding a glove and he has his fingers in this very like hook looking position. And it said something like, when you want to have something curved, but not too much. And then, I mean, now it has my full blown attention because I'm thinking, is that even how you hold a curveball? I'm pretty sure a curveball, you hold it with 3 fingers, but I don't need to get
up top in the claw. You dig in deep. Ask Ron Darling.
Okay. So I continue reading, and then it goes on to say, just know that Peyronie's disease is very common in most men, and if you have a serious curve, you should seek medical attention.
Yeah, I've got a serious curve. By the way, have you seen the TV ad for that? It's like a carrot that's all wonky and knotty. And
you've seen this before and never told me.
I've never seen the one with the glove and the hook, but I've seen like Peroni's disease ads for like, I guess it's for Roman, that guy who can fix your hair, your schwanz, and your cold sores all in one pill. Guy's a miracle worker. He's like Helen Keller, but better.
I didn't know that this was a serious thing going on with men.
You say you're a doctor.
I am a doctor, but not of the schmeckle.
Is there a specific doctor for the schmeckle? Is there an OBGYN for guys?
Zack, it's called a urologist. Are you being for real right now?
I didn't know he did all that. I thought he really just handled like the urine stuff, and I didn't realize he could cure Peyronie's disease.
I didn't know.
I'm being real. I don't know these things.
So
I didn't need to go to one, luckily. Yeah.
Okay, so you said it Peroni. I said Peyronie. Is it Peroni like the beer? Because now this just got way more interesting.
I think it is. Where's my Google Home? It's not in here. They will tell me to say it.
Alexa, is it Peyronie for a crooked penis or not?
Julia, get on that. Get on the Google.
Yeah, right.
Julia's like
That's what I need because Julia's like
Julia, put that on his search history.
No, I'm worried that now that's going to be on her history, and then when I'm with her, it's going to be popping up like, is your schwanz crooked?
When I'm with her, it's going to be popping up about Peyronie's disease.
Oh my god!
Did you have that sentence back?
So when I got home, I go into Wikipedia and start looking this stuff up, and of course, immediately
Wales love Aryan.
It's still Aryan, same chick as last week.
I know who it is. I'm just pronouncing. I forgot how it's pronounced. Aryan, like
yes, like the Aryan nation.
Whatever gets you there. Wait, Julia, no.
What? No, what? It was Peroni or Peyronie. So I looked this up on Wikipedia. Meanwhile, looking it up on Wikipedia is worth the price of advertising because the witch fingers that you see these people. I mean, it's got like a bump and a bump. I mean, it makes my nose look straight with the things.
Shows pictures of.
Oh yeah, it's medical. It's not porn. I mean, we'll get there, but it's general knowledge for stuff.
General knowledge. I know, right? Anyway, Arian Foster. I hate that our comments are funnier than us. Anyway, so they'll show a schwanz. Like if I type in big breasts into Wikipedia, they'll show me like.
I don't know about this, but this is specifically when it comes to medical stuff, they will go into it. So I scroll through to see like what are the consequences of having a zigzag sigmoid, if you will, pecker. I'm trying to use as many euphemisms.
It's not a consequence.
It's not sideways, dude. You're missing you really need to look it up. It's not like a curve that you need to bring back normal.
I don't know what my phone is.
But what this thing, and it looks on it says, well, sex can be painful. And it didn't say anything about any of the real.
Usually.
Right. And then I scrolled down for treatment. Second thing listed, physical therapy. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. I was like, I have taken many classes. I've been a doctor for many years. Nobody has ever come for me for this illness.
For you?
That's also a rarity.
Yeah, so you are seeing Ron Katz tomorrow at 9 a.m. And if he tells you he's got Peyronie's disease, you have to treat him, right? You took the oath.
No, I would refer him to the appropriate place because I don't specialize in that type of tissue. I'm a muscle and bones type of guy.
I'll give you muscle and bones. Either way, I think that's punting on your oath. I think referring him to someone else. What they referring back to you? What do they say? You know what? This can't be fixed with surgery.
That is not what I do.
Therapist.
Get out of here, Zach. You go to a specific. I have a friend who does men and women's health because keep in mind it is muscles and stuff that's down there. This is not what I do. Get out of here, man. I just couldn't believe that this is an actual.
I've seen your studio. You have all the equipment. All you need is the know-how and the will.
Very nice.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to the next best thing that I saw this week that I think you're going to freaking love. You know I'm a diehard UFC guy. I don't anticipate that you... Do you know who Bruce Buffer is?
No.
Okay. So let's get ready to rumble.
Yeah, I know who he is.
That's his brother.
Who does his son?
No. They're both old as hell. So it's Michael Buffer.
The Showtime guy, the blonde guy. It's Showtime. I miss him.
I don't even know who that is.
He wasn't that good.
So Michael Buffer does the Let's Get Ready to Rumble, and then Bruce Buffer does the It's Time!
That's terrible.
It's fantastic, dude. If you watch UFC or knew anything, you'd like it. Do you know what Cameo is?
When somebody shows up in a sitcom.
Oh, Jesus, no. Like the Cameo, that's a service, that's an app. You are such a boomer.
I know, I'm an old guy. Oh wait, when a celebrity will say "Happy Birthday" to you.
Yeah, well.
You have to preface it. Like you can't just say a word. You have to say the Cameo app.
I didn't say, "Did you know what a Cameo was?" I said, "Did you know what Cameo is?" And at this point, so Cameo, where I'm with you, you can say "Happy Birthday." Well, apparently, you can do a whole lot more with that because there is a video gone viral this week of Bruce Buffer who was hired for, and I looked it up. $299, where some guy hired him to send a message to his girlfriend to break up with her.
That's fantastic.
It was
money well spent.
Dude, it's time for you to move on because Kaylee, Michael is breaking up with you.
That's amazing.
It was so good.
Oh my God, if I was a celebrity, I would just live on that thing. Whatever you want, like $5 just for the fun of doing it. I would be unbearable.
Kevin from The Office, I don't know his real name in real life, but you know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Made over $1 million this year doing cameos.
That's funny.
That's great.
That's fantastic.
I was just thinking, I
would charge them whatever and just give it to charity. I would have fun with doing it. Like, I don't need the money from one
Do
of
you
those
know,
guys.
you know you can actually do cameos. Like, you don't have to do anything special. You can put your app or whatever up there and just let people know that you're there to do it. I'll hire you for like $5 for you to do something ridiculous.
Sure. Let's go. Dude, I'm doing ridiculous stuff for free. I might as well get the $5.
I just want to let the world right now know that I will also be joining Cameo, and I will break up with your girlfriend for you, okay? It's going to sound something like this. Boom! We are off to a new relationship after way too many questions about my life and constantly talking about your ex-boyfriend, and your hair's everywhere. Daddy loves you. Michael loves you. We out.
Yeah, you could hire me for a lot less and say, hey, listen, Jenny, it's over. Get out. That's it. Pay me. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to go on and like, you know, just knife to the heart.
You get the whole point of this was Bruce Buffer like doing his shtick.
I do his shtick. That's my shtick. Knife to the heart.
Oh my God.
Fine. I'm not crying. You're crying. Here's $5. Go buy Jesus end table. Those are my two best.
You peaked, man.
I did, and it came out of me. It was like a flippant throwaway line, and then the crowd went wild. Who knew?
Yeah. Also in the news this week, this girl in Australia. It was some big park in Victoria, I think that's what it's called. Second person.
Capital of Australia. You have no idea.
I do know. You've listened to this show. I made a complete ass of myself. It's Canberra.
Maybe.
Not maybe. Definitely. I have made. Here's my thing, Zach. I joked with you at the beginning how you're frequently offensive. I am frequently wrong, but I can almost promise you I don't make the same mistake twice. Like, that's one of my, like,
pretty good.
All right. You know, I mean, you've heard these episodes where, like, you know, I told Kara, like, I was like, oh, yeah, you know, lackadaisical. And then I looked it up and I was very wrong. Like, I don't say lackadaisical. I say lackadaisical. I don't do the capital of Australia is Sydney. I know what it is. So it was in Victoria. There is some cliff there that is known for the best picture ever, or something like that. It's one of those like, oh, the background is incredible. And it went viral earlier this year where somebody did a complete backflip off of it and then they hit a parachute or something and they lived. Last week, I think it was, some chick was doing a selfie and was going back. Gone. How you doing? Say hi to your mother for me, goat.
Back, gone.
Dude, what is up with that? Like, you seem like the type of guy who would never take a selfie and would sit there and just shit all over the people doing it.
Anyone who has a selfie stick, useless. I'm pretty coordinated. I'm pretty good at a lot of things. Dexterity. I'm a terrible selfie taker. I can't like get the angle right. It's either all me or like half of them and like the sidewalk. I'm not good at it. Some people have a skill. There's like quick and like everybody that's in their party is in this selfie and it looks perfect. I don't have that skill because I'm
the skill is being good looking. Like,
people who are not good looking, and I will leave it there. There's a certain angle that they have worked out the geometry. So they look fantastic when they take their own selfies. I have plenty of friends on Facebook who look like knockouts or like an Adonis in their own selfies. But you look at them, they look like 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag in any real picture.
Do you know the skinny girl arm pose? Do you know what that is? This is a big thing where you stand, where the girls, like they put their arm on the side there.
I'm not familiar with anything to do with girls' weights. But do tell.
No, this is a thing. Like, you'll see it now that I say it, but there's a way where girls tend to do it because guys don't stand like that, where you put your hand on your hip and you kind of turn sideways, and it makes everything look a whole lot nicer.
Oh! And yes, I'm familiar. I just wanted to see you squirm and hear how this was going to go.
No, that's it. It's just something that I've seen. But yeah, the selfie thing, I was just like, come on, people. I'm one of those people who goes up on, like, you were on my roof when we were watching football this year.
Mm-hmm.
Were you at the one where the chick sat on the edge?
I think they prefer to be called women, but sure.
Whatever. Were you there for that week?
Terrifying.
Terrifying.
He's gone.
She was like 2 feet away from the edge. It was not that close.
fine, gale force winds, but still too close. And I get very Jewish with things like that. I don't like glasses on the edge of a table. I don't like people on the edge of a thing.
I'm with you. I'm one of those people where, like, I went over just to look, and I'm thinking to myself, short of one of you coming over and lifting my legs up and flipping me, I'm not going over. But leaning over and looking down, my heart was on fire. I was so scared.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. And there were plenty of seats on the roof deck. It wasn't necessary. It wasn't due to a lack of seating. It was purely by choice.
No background, no nothing. But I'm just saying, the people, like, if I was there and there's a ledge, I am not backing up with the phone in my hand to see how good of a shot that I can get.
Did they have the picture? Did the picture at least go viral? There was a picture go die with her.
It was one of those things that I don't think they showed that picture because you kind of know what's coming next type of thing, especially if you do burst mode. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I do. And Julia, he just said especially.
I heard you ratted me out. Zach, I am so proud. If I spelled it incorrectly, especially.
There's a CK and an X in there somewhere.
Okay, if I spelled it incorrectly, that's one thing. But for somebody, I have an accent. I hate to break it to you. I say refrigerator, which is incorrect. I say jewelry, which is incorrect. I say tons of words incorrectly. Yeah. It doesn't mean I don't know the word.
But it does. But that's the one that I picked up on.
I say espresso too. Like, get over it. Yeah, I can't. You are such a rat. You know, snitches get stitches where I'm from.
That's true. Because I don't have her number, I ratted you out on Facebook Messenger to her.
Oh, I heard. You're not ever getting her number. So
give me your number.
The other thing that I wanted to bring up with this selfie, because I told you last week about Ted Lasso. You still haven't watched it because you're stuck on something that I don't understand.
Yeah, we're watching Silicon Valley, so it was finished 20 years ago. We're good at like that. Ooh, I got premature.
Good. So Silicon Valley, you need to be off of. Get on to Ted Lasso, and this is a question, Arian, who's listening. Arian, here's my question, because you made a comment about not knowing what a selfie is. In the UK, they call it an ussy if there's two people in there. Is that a thing? Have you ever heard that before?
Oh, I like that. I like that much more than I even should. It's fantastic.
Yeah, you come over and you're like, hey, how about this ussy?
Love it.
Which I'm just trying to figure out how to put a way of you slip a P in the front of that and like, hey, would you like to take a...
Well, it's not. It would be pussy then, which is just as bad.
Work with me, Zach.
No, I'm working obviously against you. That's what this is. It's spy versus spy, like your beer.
Yes.
I know, but they're all chaps.
Blood in my chaps.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was something else I saw this week. Another thing, they are now doing hot tub tours around the city. So there's a boat that has a hot tub. Yeah. It costs about $99 a person. You get together like 4 or 5 people. And I mean, you've done the boat where it goes down to the bottom past the Statue of Liberty and back, right?
Circle line, yeah. As a native New Yorker, it's god awful. We did a school one time.
What are your thoughts on a hot tub tour?
I love it. I don't even really understand it, and I love it. I want to get in the tub. Do I know everyone in the tub? Because I do not love strangers.
I assume this would be like, I hadn't even thrown it out. I have a bunch of friends right now that I've tried to make plans with, and they've been so shady about stuff that I'm like, you know what? I'll just wait until life is better. I mean, I know the people that I can see and the ones that I can't at this point.
Yeah.
So I haven't really suggested it, but I was thinking like, would I get together 6 people and just get together and just do like a little hot tub? I mean, it's like 2 hours. You pop a bottle of bubbly.
Yeah, bubbly. Don't need champagne. Champagne makes it creepy, I think. Just get a couple beers and sit in the tub. That's not a bad idea, especially in the cold weather. It's like a ski lodge. I don't really need the tour of the city or the whole pageantry. I would happily just get in a hot tub right now. But I do like to know who's in the hot tub with me.
Well, I'm assuming it would be no. It would be
like the one at like my grandparents' place in Florida, where like the Altacocker walks in with his slippers and he goes in with his shoes on pretty much because he's 100 and he reads the newspaper next to me.
As his right testicle is hanging out through the bathing suit.
And there's like a whole loop around, but of course he sits right next to me. Like that's the thing. Like he doesn't take the seat. He doesn't social distance.
So Samantha just jumped in with how gross it is because of all the breeding grounds for the germs. Yeah. Quick story, we did a bachelor party out in the Hamptons where we rented a house. Like, this is forever ago.
There?
Absolutely not. Although it would have been great to have her there because she's a gem to hang out with, even being 12 months pregnant right now or however big she is.
Oh, mazel tov.
Yeah. So we're out in the Hamptons, and we had some lady friends come over for that night. We gave them some money, and they came over and did some dancing. I think it was a ballroom dance class. I wasn't really.
Lovely gala.
Yeah, it was pretty nice. And after that was over, they had done performing their services, and then they're like, "Hey, we're just going to hang out in the hot tub if anybody wants to join us." And I won't name names, but a couple of my good guy friends went to said hot tub just to kind of kick back with these lovely ladies. Yes, Allison, I know you can't be 12 months pregnant. I'm a doctor.
So not someone's spawns. How do you know these things?
So a week later, we get a text from one of my boys. He goes, "Never go into a hot tub. I got folliculitis." And you're like, ew. And I go, "I'm a doctor. Follicle. What exactly?" And he sent me a picture. Basically, all like the hairs on his back, the follicles were completely infected. It was disgusting.
That's the worst thing a stripper's ever given anybody.
And all of the strippers' lotion and oils that they were wearing got in the hot tub jets, and it ended up like overflowing with bubbles. It looked like bubble bath.
What is that smell? Stripper smell. Like, they all smell the same. Is it a certain scent? Like,
yeah, it's Britney Spears' cotton candy perfume.
That's what they all go with? Like,
I don't know.
The country's just loading up on Britney Spears' cotton candy perfume. She must have made a fortune. Good for Spears.
Of all the smells, you think it's a good smell?
No, but they all have it. It's a unique smell. It's a distinct smell. It's stripper.
If you ask me what... Yeah, do you know what that perfume smells like? Sadness in an ashtray. That's what it is.
They seem happy enough. I don't need to know their backstory. I'm fine with the act. Just tell me how happy your life is. It's better that way.
Oh, man. Did you see the
I don't want to know their real names. They're all cinnamon. Perfect.
They're all putting themselves through medical school. You know that, right?
Vet school.
Vet school. Is that what it is?
I want to save hurt animals. Yeah.
Tell me you've been following the saga of this lady, who plays soccer for the University of Vanderbilt, and then she's been playing football as well.
I do. I like her. She's tall. Very tall. She's like 6'2". Good for her.
Do you know she played her last game last week or 2 weeks ago? Because this game got canceled to COVID, and she's transferring to a different university.
Good for her, though. She made history. She's like the Rosa Parks of football.
What's her name?
Allison something.
No, Allison Eisenberg's my sister.
Not Allison Eisenberg. I think it's Allison. Not Allison with an I. Oh, what's her name? Who cares? I don't know.
Exactly. Fucking exactly. That is what I was going to say. This is monumental.
Any kicker's name? The Jets cut their kicker today.
Oh, what's his name? Justin Tucker. No, that guy. That guy is lightning. He is. I think right now, percentage-wise, the best kicker in the history of football. So
yeah. The Jets have a guy they got from the USFL and the AF. It's Castillo, somebody. He sounds like a middle reliever or like an infielder.
I'm just surprised that this hasn't been bigger news. This feels like, with everything that's been going on in 2020 and the last couple of years, like a female playing a pro-level sports is amazing.
Vanderbilt. Let's not call it pro. You could have kicked for them. They weren't available.
Vanderbilt is in the
SEC.
SEC, buddy.
Yeah, but they don't do academic scholarships, so it's just a bunch of Southern nerds.
Do you know which quarterback came from Vanderbilt?
Your boy Jay Cutler.
Your boy smoking Jay Cuts. You know it, buddy.
He sucked.
You know, anytime I travel,
he is the reason why PTI they invented the term soul crushing pick. For him, he throws the soul crushing pick. You're driving. You're at the 10-yard line. You're about to win the game. Pick. Game over. Crush his soul.
He definitely will.
Hell yeah.
I try to hit up a university whenever I'm traveling and I just happen to be near something. Like, I don't go out of my way, but have you ever traveled and you're in some town and you're like, what do they even do in this town? And you're like, oh.
Road trip who knows all the handshakes so you can get a free night at every fraternity house?
I think my fraternity has a handshake, and I'm not quite sure what it was because we didn't do that.
You like tickle the person's pinky.
Oh, there's a lot of ball tickling in these handshakes. Absolutely.
Yeah, you give them a little around the world.
No, I'm just saying I've been in, like, never intentionally, but like I was driving cross country and I happened to be in Tennessee, and you're just like, oh, what's in Knoxville? Oh, we're going through Knoxville. Let's go see University of Tennessee. And then you keep driving, you're in Nashville, and what the hell are they doing in Nashville? Oh, University of Vanderbilt's here. So you just get in a car, drive around the campus just to kind of see where's just to see.
I've walked the University of Colorado Boulder.
Exactly. Just to
I wandered around Skidmore killing time before one of my sisters failed out. Then she went to Arizona. We didn't go out there too far.
I hear the talent out there is on a pretty high level, my friend.
Yeah. They want a part of me.
Yeah, so that was one of those things that I saw that I'd been to.
Peroni with nothing for them.
All right. I do have trivia planned for you today.
Great. Is that Peroni's disease?
No. Is it straight or curved?
Curved. I win.
It's good.
Yeah, it's good.
This past week, it's been made official that the 21 Club has been closed in Manhattan.
Yeah.
Why do I care? This was major news, and I had to look up why this was so relevant. Help me out.
It's not relevant to me. It's a long-standing institution with a lot of jockeys outside that looks like people that look like us are not allowed in.
That's what it's famous for. For me, when I heard the 21 Club was closing, I had to look it up, and then I saw the picture because it's West or East 21 West something street, or I don't care.
It's on the west. It's like in Hell's Kitchen.
Right. No, it's in Midtown. It used to. But I had seen it before walking by because you can't help but notice all the little jockeys outside on the ledge, and they're not 21 of them, but it used to be, I think, in West Village, and then it moved or something like that. But I looked into this, and it's like, oh, this is where all like the cool people used to hang, and I'm thinking, you're a native New Yorker. Do you give zero fucks about this? Like, who cares?
No. I could care. Well, I don't want it to be replaced with like a Starbucks or a TD Bank. I like that there's old history and that there's old things to it. But certainly, if an establishment goes out of business that I don't frequent or I don't own, meh.
That's how I get. Ron Katz here.
I don't want anybody to lose their job, but
right.
Doesn't.
Ron right now is saying how it was this legendary speakeasy, and that's what I heard. I mean, it used to be Sinatra, and all the famous people would go there. Yeah. What's the famous Woody Allen line? I don't want to go to a club that would let people like. Yeah, absolutely. Like
Groucho Marx.
I thought Woody Allen said it.
Gotcha.
100%. 100% means I get to kick you in the dick if you're wrong.
You get to give me Peroni's disease.
We had a joke back in the day.
Peroni's in some nonsensical context tomorrow when no one's expecting it. Not to this crowd. Just like at work. Just drop it somehow.
Oh, I got a bad case of the corona. I have an inside joke with one of my friends, my boy Craigie. He's been on one of these podcasts before as a commenter. He's fantastic. And I've been dying to get him on the show because we had a joke one time on a hockey trip. That's how I know him.
Ron Katz, Groucho. What do I get to do with your dick?
Nothing. You got nothing with my dick.
This doesn't really feel like a fair trade.
Can I tell you something really gross? I just burped a little bit of this Indistinguishably IPA. It has a black licorice aftertaste, and I am not enjoying this.
Sounds pretty terrible.
Yeah. Anyway, we were joking around one night on a hockey night, and I might tell the story when I get to have Craigie on, and we were saying, would you ever want a disease named after you? You died of it. I mean, clearly, right? Either you discover it or die it. That's how that works.
Hold up. What is the disease?
I'm not telling you. You don't get to know that part of it. Just, do you want a disease named after you?
If I don't get to know what the disease is, then no.
Oh my
because
God,
it's my legacy. Fun. But if I get to know what the disease is, sure. Like, I wouldn't want the Peroni guy. It was probably like Phil Peroni, the first guy with the crooked schwanz, and now it's forever known as that. Maybe he died of it. That would be awful. Or maybe he just threw his lady friend a painful curveball. Painful sex for both of them.
They said that was that's what that was about. But no, I always joked and I said, by the way, the best comeback ever we were talking and Craigie was like, I don't know if I want a disease. And I said, I actually hope they name a disease after me and you die of Alan Snyder disease. That's what I want. I don't know what it is, but I hope you. By the way, newsflash, you're going to die at some point. So it's okay to have something named after you. It's not like die at age 41, which you're way closer to than I am.
A year. But you did. Yes, time is ticking. But something's going to get me at some point. What if I get hit by a bus? That becomes Zack Elias disease. Getting hit by a bus? Yeah, I'll take that one. I'm into that.
You just want to know what to do. Okay, I thought you were worried about how bad of a what is your fear? Your fear is how bad of a death it is?
spiders, terrified.
Yeah, me
beyond
too.
arachnophobic. You know what I mean?
Minus snakes, I get it.
Yeah, so if dying of a spider bite or too many spiders becomes Zack Elias disease, no, I don't want that. I don't want anything that's scatological, like nothing to do with dying on the toilet, nothing to do with
Scatological? Is that like somebody's gonna come by and be like beep bop 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 skippity bop bop bop?
I think that's racist. I think that you just did like a Sambo bit.
I was scatting.
If you think so, Gehrig's disease.
No. By the way, Ron Katz, I will tell you the full story tomorrow. I made that joke about Lou Gehrig getting Lou Gehrig's disease, lost a patient about a week ago. Not to Lou Gehrig's disease, as a customer. Lost them as a customer.
They were offended because they were a Yankee fan?
They were offended.
Good for you.
That was one of those things that I said, and the person looked at me and just didn't laugh and goes, "Don't ever say that again." And I was like, "Ooh, the rest of this 20 minutes is going to be awkward."
Ooh, that's just to take out that massage gun and put the timer on. Yeah, all right, it's been 20 minutes. Yeah, no, I would need to, not need to, but I would prefer to answer the question with the information given.
Fair enough. Zachy, the last piece of news, which will segue.
Well, wait, what was the disease in your head? What am I dying of?
Alan Snyder disease. I'm not telling you. That's the rules.
God.
Dr. Alan Snyder disease.
That's even more painful. Not knowing. And if dying of not knowing something is Zack Elias disease, I'm all in. If you go so insane from not knowing the answer to the question you want, like the salami joke in The Breakfast Club that never had an answer,
right?
I'm all in.
Well, it's like the kid at Passover who doesn't know how to ask a question. Like that's their question.
I was always the simple son.
You were very simple, my
friend. Or
friend.
the wicked son. I was never the good child. My sister was always the good child.
So the big news of the week, call it Black Monday, if you will. Are you aware that the Hub has had major changes this week?
The Hub? Black Monday? What are we talking about here?
Oh my God, you're so old. Seriously, like stop reading Fox News and actually open the internet at one point, okay?
I don't read Fox, I don't read the internet. I get my news from like MSNBC and the end of PTI on ESPN. That's where I get most of my news from PTI. And those guys are old too. And balding.
Not you, on the pill.
Oh yeah, I need to refill.
It starts with, I think a week or two ago, there was an article in the New York Times about Visa and MasterCard will be not doing any more transactions with Pornhub.com because of child...
You call that the Hub?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
You're that much of a spanker that it's just the Hub?
I'm deep, buddy. I'm deep.
Western grip or continental?
I do the Adam Sandler. Happy doopy.
Julia confirmed. He's a two-hander?
Happy doobie. So they're not. So child sex trafficking and women non-consent. There's all types of these claims. So Pornhub had since then sent out something to people who make content saying, if you are not a verified content creator, meaning, and I actually looked this up because I was like, what is a verified person? Like, if it's definitely your schlong, it is. So sure enough, you had to take. This is great. Take a picture of your face with a paper and your handle written on it. So yours would be little guy 40 that you would put your thing up there. And they would then verify you, and any videos you make and any videos you upload and all this other stuff then stay there. But what happened was people didn't care. I mean, you have to assume some people have uploaded things and never checked or moved on to other things. Pornhub went from 13.5 million videos to 3 million. They got rid of 10 million videos, which, I mean, what's that, like 75% of their content? That's
a lot of content.
It's a lot of content gone, just into the atmosphere of everything.
You'll be done by the end of the week.
I mean, you made the joke. You're like, I've seen them all. You could never get through all this stuff.
Challenge accepted. Jenna, put a pot of coffee on.
But you're getting to the point where you may be able to actually start watching all this. But this was...
You'd be dead. You'd be at Peroni's disease and then something.
Well, that's why you got to all...
Alan Snyder's disease. When it falls off from too much Pornhub. Alan Snyder's disease. God.
So I saw this. I was like, this is freaking nuts. And I don't know what to do with this information, but the one thing, and I guess
Matthew, who needs more than 10 minutes of content? I like the story development.
No, Schechter, I'm telling you, for me, it's 7 minutes. Schechter, I hardly know her. It's his last name. What do you want?
No, I talked about what my wife just said. Zach, gross, Zach. Listener.
At one point, I thought, I want to watch all the Girls Gone Wild videos. And I thought, I could probably just start it and you stop. And the problem is you need 7 to 10 minutes of content and then you're done. That's what it's there for. But
on licensed stuff like sharking, when like a Japanese tourist gets their top pulled down.
Oh my God.
It doesn't get any better than that.
So for me, I think that there's something really good that's gonna come from this. No pun intended. I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but if there could be less videos with Family Guy in the background, that would be greatly appreciated, because I've been on that website and you're just doing your thing and it's just blaring in the background. Hey, Peter, what are we doing tonight for dinner? Lois, don't worry about it. And you're like, oh my God. What are people?
Not a terrible Family Guy.
Thank you.
You do it pretty well. B, what?
All right, maybe you don't spend as much time on the hub as some other people I know.
But I see the sidebar ads I've been told, I've read about it in medical journals.
Not sidebar ads, dude. I'm talking people who are, I don't know what type of high-toity stuff you're watching, but most of the time it's some dude with a camera where the girl who goes, you're not going to show this to anybody, right? And the guy's like, absolutely not. And you're thinking, I'm watching this, ergo, you have.
Ish.
And in the background, you can hear whatever's on TV, whether it's a music or movie. I hear Family Guy once a week.
Really?
Oh my God!
You cranked up louder than I do. I've got a kid. I gotta be like a ninja.
That's when you're in the bathroom.
I've done it twice. All this has been going on.
That joke's been done. I was just saying to myself, I am surprised that Seth MacFarlane, who is pretty out there, hasn't broken the fourth wall yet, and just done in the middle of an episode, and they're just full-blown skit. Quagmire's giggling, and Cleveland makes his little joke, and he goes, and by the way, are you even watching this episode? Is this on Pornhub right now? And dude, I would freaking lose it if there was a video where somebody
submit it.
Is that wait? Can you do that?
Yeah, a friend of mine wrote Frasier, and she wrote a Friends. Both were rejected, and she claims that Friends ripped off. And she claims that she is the one who thought that Chandler should be, fake gay. And then 2 seasons later, they made that joke, and she went crazy.
Okay, but it's like one of those, if you put a monkey on a typewriter, eventually they're going to type Shakespeare. Sometimes they're just going to make the same jokes,
Right, but she at least put it in writing, so she probably could have sued, but couldn't afford a lawyer at the time. She couldn't afford either of the Katz boys.
Oh, easy. Ron and Barry Katz. I'm not going there. I'm not doing it.
Either. I heard they're mad at us.
So, talking about the hub, which is what I'm going to keep calling it, there is a lot, now that they've changed things up a lot, I'm curious if it's going to start changing kind of what people look for, because there's a lot less content going around. I was telling one of my patients this week, and I said, do you realize there's going to be a lot less stepmom stuff out there? And she said, wait, what? I said, no, because people will just post a picture of an older woman. They call it their stepmom. It's a big thing. And this girl looks at me. She's relatively younger. And she goes, how dark and deep are you going on your searches to get to stepmom? And I said, not that dark, actually. That is actually not that deep, my friend. So, segue to our trivia for tonight, because what I did was I went and
segue.
I went and pulled that. We're deep here, buddy. Okay. I went and pulled up the most searched terms on Pornhub of 2019, and I did not have to look very far because stepmom was number 7.
Really?
Dude, it's a huge. I'm not into it.
I know.
People
I
love that.
Get it. I have a stepmom. It's not I'm not into the whole.
Is she hot?
No, I don't know. Sure, go crazy, kid.
Well, your dad's out of town.
He's always in town. He's left town since 1988.
So, for tonight, we are going to be playing a Family Feud version of trivia. Okay,
right.
And what you are going to get 3 X's. See what I did there?
I did.
I need the number 10 most searched 4 terms on the hub of 2019. And don't worry, my friend, I've already given you number 7, which was stepmom.
So I have to give you 9 more.
You got to give me
3
9 more without 3 X's, and I will be very generous.
Okay. Teen.
Sadly, teen was just out of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Teen was 12. You're already at your first X.
MILF.
MILF was the number 4 search thing.
Okay. Asian.
Asian was number 6, and just to help you out, keep going in that subsect of people.
Japanese.
Number 1 search term in 2019. You still got 2 more in that category.
What? Korean.
Korean, number 5 search term, and it's Chinese is not on there, so don't say that.
Julia, what are we thinking about Cambodian? No?
They don't have cell phones there.
I'm just asking. I am commenting with the commentator. I'm breaking the 8th wall. Okay.
You're missing a big one here, like a huge one.
Let me deal with the huge ones. Okay.
What does every guy want to see all the time? Come on. It's
Blonde.
Blonde was not even in the top 20. You are. That's your second strike. I'm trying to give you help.
I want to see all the time. Oh, lesbian.
Lesbianist is number 3 on the list. I'm going to help you out here because I really want you to win. The number 9 term is something that every guy wants, and most girls are like,
blowjob.
Girls say no. I'll give you a hint. It's my name if you rearrange the letters a little.
The courage to say anal to a group of people.
You could have said butt stuff, and I would have accepted that.
No, I go with the medical term.
Anal is the number 9 term. Number 8 is what people think I do all day for a living.
Massage?
Massage is the number 8 term.
Really?
We're still missing 2 right now. Number 2 and number 10, and you're just not going to get number 2, so I'm okay with that. I was hoping you're not getting it. Like, you're just not.
Maybe I won't get number 2. Okay, fine.
You're not. Number 10, though, I would say is the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
Black?
Ebony.
Ebony, they go that.
You know the big differences, right? When you Google black for porn, you get a big black schwanz. But when you Google ebony, you're more likely to get a female African American woman.
Okay.
Yes.
And then number 2, I'm gonna go with gagging.
You're not even.
I strike my guess.
Your guess. I'm gonna at least tell you the first letter is H.
H.
I told you you're not gonna get it. This is a weird one that you're like, what?
Asian,
something that starts with an H, not a country. It's more of a sect.
Hairy.
Asians are not hairy.
Are you serious?
I'm very serious.
Maybe not the one you live with, but a lot of them I think are.
No.
They don't.
Schechter says horse. Schechter goes horse.
Horse? Not Haitian. Horny? Hungry?
It is hentai.
Oh, get the hell out of here. Japanimation?
I don't get it. I do not understand it at all. I don't get it.
Having sex.
Well, because then you can see Peter and Lois doing it, Peter. Oh, that feels so good.
Any excuse to do your Family Guy.
You said it wasn't bad.
Yeah, you got what? Let's hear you do like The Simpsons. Let's hear you do a Marge. So you've been working on that one, so you could throw it. I just gave you the Tucci, the pinky.
The Tucci. Homie, what are we gonna do for night to dinner?
Awful. You haven't rehearsed it. You don't have it on. You know, that bullet in the chamber.
I've been doing so many impersonations for you, and you got nothing for me. You have shitty Larry David, which is the Zack Elias.
That's pretty much it. Hentai. That's quite the.
Dude, I couldn't believe it myself. I thought it was fantastic.
Blonde, no brunette, no big tits. No, like, what am I talking? Jesus Christ! I'm just saying horrible words.
You said nothing bad though.
No, I said
these are all
nothing bad.
Things.
Like, you know.
Very nice. All right.
What's wrong with people? Where is this? Is this nationally or globally? What is wrong with the world? This is what people are searching for. What are we doing here?
I assume this is global, and because there's so many people in China, this is what they're looking up. And they
I
don't want
like
to see Chinese people, so
I
they're
like
looking
the
up
first couple
Japanese.
pages. I assume that they know what I should be looking for. I
No,
don't
that's
want
the
a target.
algorithm. No, the algorithm is you having looked at X, Y, and Z and them saying, oh, he'll like this, he'll like this.
Wrong, because you have to clear your browser history after each session.
You understand that that's not how algorithms work,
I
right?
have no idea how algorithms work. I've
Oh
seen the
my
social
God.
network. I've seen the window. I still have no idea how it
No,
works.
Social Dilemma.
What?
Watch the Social Dilemma.
It seems like a lot of work.
Very good.
I'd rather just watch hentai.
Zack, Elias, we've reached that portion of the episode. Closing words. What chafes your inner thigh?
What shapes my inner thigh are the people on Facebook, and I apologize if any of them are on here, who are like, we're so close to the end of this pandemic, I would hope. The vaccine, God willing, it works. Anyone who's ranting about anti-vax, it bothers me. It does. You're getting your medical news from Jenny McCarthy, not a real doctor like me or Alan, maybe. I get my medical news from Carmen Electra. If you're going to get yours from Jenny McCarthy, I can find a singled out host too. Get vaccinated. When it's my day, which is hopefully tomorrow, I'm going in.
The guy was good. What's his name? Chris Hujimabopper? He's actually a stand-up comedian. He's funny. Yeah, he's funny.
I think he got Me Too'd, and then he had to go away for a little while. But he's back. He's doing some game show.
Good for him.
Good for him is right. But I like singled out. And anyone who's ranting and raving about anti-vax, they have nothing to back them up other than B-level celebs that are just, it bothers me. They have no data that's real. For me, at least.
I thought you said no dad that's real, and I was like, whoa, that's really
They
aggressive.
all have daddy issues. But,
Daddy
they got all
issues.
watch hentai.
That's where the name come from. All right, people. Thanks for listening to another episode or watching another episode because this was a live episode.
Live.
Make sure you're downloading us. We are everywhere. Booze Your Daddy, the podcast, available on all platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Give us a review, leave us a rating. This is fun. I'm having fun, and it looks like we're going to be, dude, we're quarantining for a lot longer, so we might be doing a lot more of these. Might need some funny guests because Zach's getting a little fugazi, if you know what I mean.
I am hardly fugazi. I crushed it tonight. Out of the park. Lou Gehrig's disease. Not home run.
Lou Gehrig's disease. That's your call. I hope when we play softball next year, you hit a home run and go, Lou Gehrig.
Yeah, I want number 4 on my back to softball.
You know that's my number, right?
Because of that?
I wear the number 4 for a couple of reasons. One, it was my hockey number, and I always liked Scott Stevens because I played defense.
Whatever.
2, what?
Hockey. Ugh, go on.
Also, Lou Gehrig's disease, and then I liked 4 because my lucky number was 47. But there you go.
The way our team plays, we could all wear 4.
Because we all look like we have Lou Gehrig's
We
disease.
might. Anyway.
All right, people. I'm out. Daddy loves you.
Yeah. Daddy loves you too. Mwah. Good night, America. I don't know. Good night. Go watch your Pornhub.